high in the Sierry Petes, where the air the pines grow tall. Rusty Diggs and Sandy Bob had a roundup camp last fall. Well, they taken their ponies and their running irons and made the dog go too. They allowed they'd brand every long-eared calf that came into their view. Now any old doggy that flopped long ears and didn't bush up by day had his long ears whittled and his old hide sizzled in the most artistic way. Then Rusty Diggs said to Sandy Bob as he throwed his cigar down, "I'm tired of cow biography, I allow I'm going to town." So they saddled up and they hit a lope, for there weren't no sign of a ride. Them was the days when an old cow puncher could oil up his dry insides. Well, the starts are in at the Kentucky bar at the head of Whiskey Row. Ends are up at the depot house, some 40 drinks below. And it winds it up and it turns around and it goes the other way. To tell you God's forsaken truth, those boys got drunk that day. As they's a-heading back to camp and packing a pretty good load, who should they meet but the devil himself come a-prancing down the road. And the devil he said, "You cowboy skunks, you better go hunt your hoes, 'cause I've come up from hell's rim rock just to gather in your soul." Well, Rusty Diggs said, "Devil be damned, I know I'm pretty tight. No devil ever took no cowboy souls without one hell of a fight." So he builds him in a hole with his old throw rope and he swang her straight and true. He lapped it on to the devil's horn and taken his dally too. Now Sandy Bob was a riata man with his gut line coiled up neat. He shakes her out and builds him a loop and lassos the devil's hind feet. Well, they tailed him down on the desert ground and the irons was getting hot. They cropped and swallowed, forked his ears and they branded him of a lot. They pruned him up with a dehorn saw, tied knots in his tail for a joke. Tied off and left him a bellering there, necked up to a blackjack oak. So if you're ever up in the Sierry Petes and you hear one hell of a wail, you'll know that it's that devil a bellering about the outside in his tail. Rough. Mainly two chords, G and D. You could do D7, it sounds a little weird. And then occasionally there's a C, but it's real fast, then you go right to a D, so you can leave it there. So it's called the Sierry Petes, or tying knots in the devil's tail.